Lesson 11.6, Area of Parallelograms, Triangles, and Trapezoids. Today you will be learning how to calculate the area of three different polygons, the parallelogram, the triangle, and the trapezoid. Okay, the first thing you need to know is the definition of the word area. Area is the amount of space inside a figure. What you are measuring and calculating is the amount of space contained by the figure. Okay, so if you have, for example, a parallelogram, and you're going to find the area of that parallelogram, what you are finding is the space inside. You're going to measure the space inside the parallelogram. You're going to calculate what that is. Okay, for a triangle, again, the area of a triangle is the space inside the triangle. You are going to be using a formula to find how much space is contained inside the triangle. And lastly, for a trapezoid, again, for area, what you are finding is the space inside the trapezoid. Okay? All right, here's a very important note that you need to have. Area is always expressed in units squared. Units squared. Okay? In each formula for area of a parallelogram, a triangle, a trapezoid, you will be multiplying a unit times a unit. So for example, if I'm multiplying 3 inches times 4 inches, I multiply 3 times 4 is 12. Inches times inches is inches squared. Okay? So whatever the unit is, if it's centimeters, area is expressed in centimeters squared. If we're talking about yards, yards squared for area. If you're talking about kilometers, if you're finding the area, your area is going to be in square units, kilometers squared in that case. Okay? All right, let's practice. Here we go. Oh, before you practice, I need to give you your formulas. Okay, here we go. For a parallelogram. For a parallelogram, your formula is area equals base times height, B times H. Base times height. The base of the parallelogram is going to be the side length, one of the side lengths. And then the height will always meet the base at a right angle. So this distance would be the height. Okay? There are times that you will see a figure drawn and the height is measured outside of the parallelogram like this. Okay? It doesn't matter. This is still the height. It's only measuring from here to here. It's not part of the figure. The area that you're finding, whatever the case is the space. Remember, it's the space inside your parallelogram. You're looking to find the space in here. So you will use the base times the height. I like to tell students to look for the right angle. Look for the right angle, and then wherever the two measures on the actual figure that meet at the right angle, those are the base and the height. Okay? Let's go on. The next figure is the triangle. Here's your formula for area of a triangle. I'll give you two formulas. Although they're really just one formula, they're just in different forms. Okay? So, area equals 1/2 times base times height. You may also want to use 0.5 times base times height. That's up to you. Or base times height divided by 2. Okay? Again, when you are finding the area of a triangle, you will always need the base and the height. And the height is always measured perpendicular to the base. So forming a right angle there. Okay, so this would be the height. Okay, base times the height. Okay, remember that what you are finding here is the area that the triangle contains. The space inside this triangle right here. Okay. All right, the third formula that you need is area of a trapezoid. Okay. Here are your two formulas. Same formula, different forms. You choose the one that you like. Area equals 1/2 times the height, open parentheses, B1 plus B2. That's one way you can use that formula. And the other way is area equals the height times B1 plus B2, all of that divided by 2. Okay, so it's important to note that the bases of a trapezoid are always the side lengths that are parallel to each other. So B1 and B2. The height always meets the base at a right angle. So that would be the height. And again, just as a review, you know that what we're finding here is the space inside. We're measuring the space inside the trapezoid. Okay, so now that you have your three formulas, I think we're ready to practice. All right, number 1. Please copy down this parallelogram and label the parts. Okay, so because it's a parallelogram, the first thing I'm going to do is copy down the formula that I need. So for area of a parallelogram, area equals base times height. Okay, in order to locate the base and the height, I'm always going to look for that right angle. The base is always one of the side lengths, so that would be 7. And the height is 5.5. Let's go ahead and multiply. 7 times 5.5 is 38.5 inches squared. Remember that we're multiplying inches times inches here, and area is always in inches squared. So that would be the area of my my parallelogram. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is a triangle. So let's write down the formula that we will need. Area equals base times height divided by 2. All right, so again, to find the base and the height, I'll always look for the right angle. My base is 10. My height is 17. So let's go ahead and substitute. Base is 10 times 17 divided by 2. And so 170 divided by 2 is 85 yards squared. Okay, let me just quickly use the other formula to show you that they're really the same. Okay, the other formula I gave you is area equals 0.5 times base times height. Let's try that. 0.5 times 10 times 17. When you multiply that, you'll also have 85 yards squared. So no matter which form of the formula you use, you will have the same exact answer. Okay? All right, number 3 is a trapezoid. So let's select the formula for area of a trapezoid. Area equals height times b1 plus b2 divided by 2. On this one, you have to be careful to use order of operations, okay? All right, so let's identify b1, b2, and the height. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll always look for that right angle, and we'll look for the two sides that are parallel, in this case, top and bottom. So b1, b2, and my height. Okay, let's substitute into the formula. Area equals 4.5 times 4 plus 7 divided by 2. Okay, order of operations, I must first add 4 plus 7. So 4.5 times 11 divided by 2. 4.5 times 11 is 49.5 divided by 2 is 24.8 when I round it to the nearest tenths, which you will do. And of course, I'm in inches squared. Okay. Let's go on to number 4. Okay. I want you to notice that number 4 is a parallelogram, and I want you to notice that this is my right angle. So my base is 15 and my height is 22. Go ahead and calculate the area of this parallelogram. Pause the video now. Okay, please check your answer. Area of this parallelogram is 330 meters squared. Okay, let's go on to number 5. Number 5, the area of this figure is what I'm highlighting. This figure is a triangle, and we want to find the area of the triangle. In order to do that, we need to find what the base and the height are. Notice here's my right angle, so the base is 26 and the height is 12. The height is 12. Okay, go ahead and choose the right formula. Find the area of that triangle. Come on back and check your answer. So pause the video now. The area of the triangle is 156 centimeters squared. Check your work, please. Okay. All right, number 6, on your own. Pause the video now. The area of, sorry about that again, the area of the trapezoid is 280.5 millimeters squared. Notice that the two sides that are parallel are the top and the bottom. This is B1 and this would be B2. And notice the right angle is right here, so 17 would be my height. Okay? All right, let's go on to number 7. Number 7. Oops, sorry about that. Here we go, number 7. Notice that number 7 is a 5-sided figure. It's a pentagon. And so we don't have a formula for area of a pentagon, but we can divide this figure into two familiar figures if we were to divide it right here. Okay, the top figure becomes a triangle, which we know how to calculate area for, right? And the bottom figure is a parallelogram, which we also have a formula for. Okay, so what we will do is we will find the area of the triangle, and we will find the area of the parallelogram, and then we're going to add them together to find the total area. Okay, so let me color code this for you. I'll do area of a triangle in green. Okay, so area equals base times height divided by 2. Notice that each time I'm going to calculate the area of a figure, I write the formula. I want you to do the same. Okay, so the base and the height. Let's see. The base of my triangle is this measure right here, which is 10 centimeters. Okay, so we have 10. The height is 4 divided by 2. 10 times 4 is 40 divided by 2. The area of my triangle is 20 centimeters squared. Okay, let me write that inside here, 20 centimeters squared. Okay, now let's calculate the area of the parallelogram. Again, my formula is A equals BH. And here, because it's a rectangle, my right angle, there's right angles on all 4 vertices. And so my base is 10 and my height is 5. So area equals 10 times 5, which is 50 centimeters squared. So the area here is 50 centimeters squared. To find the total area, I'd have to add 20 centimeters squared plus 50 centimeters squared, and so my total area is 70 centimeters squared. Okay. Number 8. Here we go. Number 8. Number 8 is also a composite figure. It's called because it's 2 figures that make up one whole figure. Okay? In order to find the area, I need to cut it right here. I need to divide it into 2 familiar figures. The first of the 2 figures is a trapezoid. Right there. I have a trapezoid, and then I also have a triangle right here, and a triangle. So, on your own, I want you to calculate the total area of this figure. You will have to first calculate the area of the trapezoid, and then you'll have to calculate the area of the triangle, and then you'll have to add those together. So pause the video now. Come on back and check your work when you're done. So the total area is 38 feet squared. The area for the trapezoid is 24 feet squared. For the triangle is 14 feet squared. And when we add those together, the total area is 38 feet squared. Okay. All right, let's move along. Almost done. Number 9. Here we go. Find the height of a trapezoid whose area is 27.5 square centimeters and whose bases are 7 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So the first thing that I want to look at with you is the fact that this figure is a trapezoid. So first step, always write the formula. So for a trapezoid, area equals height times B1 plus B2 divided by 2. So let's see what information we're given. Start reading the problem again with me. Find the height. Well, obviously, that's what I'm looking for. I don't have the height of this trapezoid. That's my unknown. Okay, so find the height of a trapezoid whose area is 27.5 square centimeters. So A equals 27.5 square centimeters. Okay, and whose bases are 7 and 4. So we have 2 bases. Base 1 is 7 and base 2 is 4. Okay, so we have everything we need except the height, which is what we're looking for. let's go ahead and substitute into our formula and solve for h. Okay, so here we go. A is given. A is 27.5. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute 27.5 for A. H is my unknown, so I'll keep it as an H. But B1 is 7 and B2 is 4. So I can go ahead and substitute those over 2. Okay. All right, so let's simplify a little bit. 27.5 is equal to 7 plus 4 is 11 times h is 11h over 2. Okay, in order to solve, all I need to do is multiply both sides by 2 over 11. And when you multiply, 5 equals h. So the height of my trapezoid is 5 centimeters. Notice it's not a measure of area. We're just measuring the height, so it's not in centimeters squared. Okay? All right, number 10. Number 10 you will do on your own. Pause the video now. Okay, so we're searching for the height, and I have found that the height is 22 meters. The height of this triangle is 22 meters. Wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's all the classwork examples that I have for you. Go ahead if you have time to start on your homework assignment. That would be great. God bless you. Have a great day.